Good evening. A significant shift in transatlantic security is unfolding as the US government, under President Trump, has announced both a reduction of American troops in Germany and the cancellation of a vital missile deployment. While the troop withdrawal has drawn attention, experts are warning that the decision to scrap the planned stationing of intermediate-range missiles in Germany poses a far more critical problem for European security. President Trump announced on Saturday the withdrawal of approximately 5,000 soldiers from Germany, a move that has escalated tensions with Nato partners. This represents about 13% of the US forces currently stationed in Germany. Military expert Carlo Masala from the Bundeswehr University Munich described this troop reduction as largely symbolic rather than substantial. He noted that if these soldiers are redeployed to Eastern Europe or the Baltics, it would be a setback for Germany, but not necessarily a grave one for NATO as a whole. However, the more alarming news concerns the planned deployment of US intermediate-range missiles. An agreement struck in 2024 between the United States and Germany for the stationing of Tomahawk cruise missiles and oDark-Eagle-Hypersonic-Missiles in Mainz-Kastel is now reportedly off the table. This cancellation, according to Masala, creates a significant capability gap in deterring Russia, a gap that European weapons would only be able to fill much later. The Pentagon reportedly intends to cancel the deployment of a battalion equipped with Tomahawk cruise missiles, which boast a range of up to 2,500 kilometers reaching deep into Russia. This stationing was originally slated to begin in 2026. Its purpose was to bolster Germany's deterrence capabilities until Europe's own intermediate-range missile development, known as the ELSA project, becomes operational between 2030 and 2032. Security policy expert Nico Lang highlighted the urgency, stating that Russia possesses missiles in Kaliningrad that pose a direct threat to Germany. He emphasized Germany's current lack of suitable missiles to establish a counter-threat, noting that the ones expected from America will now not arrive. Therefore, Lange stressed, Europeans must swiftly acquire this capability as it is crucial for their security. Echoing this concern, security expert Christian Mülling called the end of the missile deal the actually much more dramatic news. He explained that such missiles are a central element of deterrence, capable of disrupting Russia even during its mobilization, long before it reaches NATO borders. The absence of this battalion, Mülling warned, weakens NATO's deterrence and could paradoxically make a direct American intervention within the alliance more probable. Political reactions have been swift. Siemtje Müller, deputy leader of the SPD parliamentary group, voiced her concern. She urged accelerating the European ELSA project and exploring cooperation with other nations, such as Ukraine, which has significantly advanced its own long-range missile capabilities. Thomas Erndl, the defense policy spokesperson for the Union, called on Defense Minister Boris Pistorius to quickly secure a replacement for the Tomahawk missiles, emphasizing the need for speed and innovative approaches for precise long-range weapons. NATO spokesperson Alison Hart confirmed the alliance is working to understand the details of the US troop decision, underscoring that Europe must invest more in defense. Defense Minister Pistorius, while deeming the troop reduction predictable, reaffirmed that the US military presence serves both American and European interests. He reiterated that Europeans must assume greater responsibility for their security, stating Germany is already on a good path. The Pentagon stated the troop withdrawal would be completed within 6 to 12 months, following a thorough review. This decision comes amidst reports of a political conflict between German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and President Trump regarding Iran policy. President Trump had also previously threatened Spain and Italy with troop withdrawals, criticizing their perceived lack of support. Several prominent Democrats in the US Senate criticized the announced troop reduction, with Senator Jeanne Shaheen stating that the US should stand united with allies, not sabotage security interests out of petty resentments. Republican representatives, while also expressing concern, suggested redeploying troops further east within Europe rather than withdrawing them entirely. Currently, between 36,000 and 40,000 US soldiers are stationed in Germany, with key facilities including Ramstein Air Base, the US Regional Command in Stuttgart, and the Grafenwoerd training area. The nuclear weapons depot in Buchel and the largest US military hospital outside the United States in Landstuhl are also significant sites. What's your take on Germany's defense gap? US cancels crucial missile deal. Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence.